Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Saturday, October 17, 2015, around 5:36 in the morning, Belleville, Massachusetts. Going to be a nice and sunny day out, but cold. Highs in the mid-50s. Tonight is going to be a very hard freeze. Another cold front will come in. Maybe that will trigger some showers or some snow flurries, but nothing significant and stuff. Maybe the mountain tops and the hilltops of northern New England might get a slim coating of snow. Then it's only going to be in the 40s tomorrow and a killing frost. So the growing season in New England's probably history. And also that will trigger the leaves to come down at a faster clip. Some news to report. The Kansas City Royals blanked the Toronto Blue Jays by the score of 5-0 to go up 1-0 in the American League Championship Series. Game 2's today. It's on FS1. And the New York Knicks beat the Boston Celtics by the score of 101-95 in preseason action. And the UMass Lower River Hawks hockey team beat Colorado College by the score of 3-2. And that's about it on the news. My first video subject of the day is the continuation of the top 10 list of everything and anything. I've now reached the top 10 classic TV game shows that should have been on the air longer. These 10 classic game shows were on the air for less than 2 years before they got canceled, and some of them were pretty good and stuff. In my opinion, they deserved a longer run, in my humble opinion. Number 10 on this list of the top 10 classic TV game shows that deserved a longer run when they were first on the air was Pass the Buck, which was like a Bob Stewart production hosted by Bill Cullen. It only lasted 13 weeks on CBS daytime from March 1978 through June 1978. It was a pretty good game show and stuff like that. It was asking like questions like an elimination round and stuff like that, and the contestants won build up a pot of money, and the once left standing could go for $5,000, and like the Pass the Bucks board and stuff, answering questions and stuff, was a pretty good game show, but it only lasted 13 weeks. Number 9 on this list of the top 10 classic TV game shows that deserved a better run, the 1974-75 version of Now You'll See It on CBS, hosted by Jack Nas. This was like a word search game produced by Goodson Todman. It was a pretty good game, and it only lasted 15 months, and they changed the format a couple of times during the series and stuff, and probably that's how it got canceled. Also, they had one in 1989 hosted by Chuck Henry, which only lasted 15 weeks on CBS, but that was very pitiful, and Chuck Henry forbidden those shows to be reran on GSN or Buzzer TV or any network. Number 8 on this list of the top 10 TV game shows that deserved a better one was like Bullseye. It was a syndicated game show from 1980 through 1982, produced by Barry and Ann Wright Productions, hosted by Jim Lane. It was basically kind of a question and answer game show and stuff, which, Barry and Ann Wright were famous for, with Joker's Wild and Tic-Tac-Toe. First season of Bullseye was pretty good, but in the middle of the second season, they changed the format to have Celebrity Bullseye, which, that's what killed the show, in my opinion. Eventually, I will do a video blog on Bullseye soon. Should have lasted longer than 2 years. Number 7 on this list of the top 10 classic game shows that deserved a better run was Battlestars, which was produced by Mel Heater. It lasted on NBC for 6 months between October 1981 through April 1982. Then it came back for about 13 weeks in April of 1983 through July of 1983, but they got the new time death slot, and it was hosted by Alex Trebek. And All Stars was like Hollywood squares meets triangles and stuff, and they had 6 celebrities instead of 9. It was a pretty funny game show and stuff like that. But it ran like during this ran during the second half of The Price is Right on CBS. That was their competition on NBC. That's what NBC put it on, and that's what probably killed it. And the noontime death slot killed it as well. But it was a funny show. I've seen clips on YouTube and stuff. Alex probably had a great time hosting it. Number 6 on this list of the top 10 classic game shows that deserve the better run. Another Alex Trebek hosted game show, Double Dare, which lasted about 4 months on CBS between December of 1976 through April of 1977. It was produced by Goodson Todman. It was like a question and answers game show, like locking out contestants for answering the questions and stuff. And the bonus round was superb. It was spoilers like PhDs, and the contestant had to get the questions past the spoilers if they didn't know the answer for a possible $5,000. It was pretty good and stuff, but only lasted 4 months. Number 5 on this list of the top 10 classic game shows that deserved a longer run, Hot Potato. It lasted from January 1984 through June of 1984, hosted by Bill Cullen and produced by Barry and Ann Wright. It was a great game show. It added the elements of Family Feud and Pass the Buck and stuff, and it had 3 contestants with all of them had the same occupation and stuff, and it was pretty good and stuff. But it got the noontime death slot on NBC, and halfway through they changed the format to have celebrities play Hot Potato with contestants calling it Celebrity Hot Potato. That's what killed it and stuff. But like Hot Potato's been reran many times on USA Network and GSN over the years and stuff. Number 4 on this list of the top 10 classic game shows that deserve the longer run was Wordplay. Wordplay lasted from December 1986 through September 1987, hosted by Tom Kennedy. This was Tom Kennedy's last game show. It was on NBC. It was about like 3 celebrities giving like definitions to unusual and obscure words. This was pretty funny and stuff, and the contestant had to get what the definition was. The bonus round was a pretty good one with like double definitions to see what it was and stuff. And Tom Kennedy said in interviews many times this show, like Wordplay, had if it got established, it probably would have had a longer run. He said it had legs in it. He said it could have had maybe a 5 to 10 year run, but it only lasted 9 months. Number 3 on this list of the top 10 classic TV game shows that deserved a better run was Trivia Trap, which was on ABC from October of 1984 through April of 1985 on ABC, hosted by Bob Eubanks, produced by Mark Goodson. This was Mark Goodson's last original game show concept, and the rest of them were like revivals of his classic TV series, game shows and stuff. And then Trivia Trap was to jump on the bandwagon of the Trivial Pursuit board game, which came out a year early and was like a best-selling hit. So Goodson was trying to capitalize on trivia and stuff like that. But the format kind of had a flaw, which was, like the Trivia Trap was like trying to get what answer was wrong, and that's what probably held the show back and stuff. They fixed it, but it was probably a little bit too late and stuff. But this show, like Trivia Trap, could have maybe had a couple of year run because trivia was real big in the early to mid 80s and stuff. Number 2 on this list of the top 10 classic game shows that deserved the better run was Play the Percentages and syndication from January of 1980 through June of 1980, hosted by Jeff Edwards. It was like a kind of a question and answer show with like determining how many percentage of people knew a question right. They had couples play it, and they had a bonus round where they had to guess which percentage they said. But like they had one that was 0 and stuff. All of like the Barry and Adway game shows had like kind of things with zeros or like devils or lightning and stuff like that for like kind of the bad guys, so they would lose and stuff. was pretty good. Halfway through, they played of percentages became like a question and answers game with like how many percent of people would answer it, and it deserved a better run. Number one on this list for the top 10 classic game shows that deserved a longer run was Greed, which was on primetime on Fox from like November 1999 through the summer of 2000, hosted by Chuck Worley, was produced by Dick Clark Productions and stuff. And Greed was the second big game show to have like a payoff of potentially over $1 million. It was about teams competing to answer questions with the Tower of Greed and stuff, but they would have a Terminator locked in and they could eliminate players and stuff like that. It was a pretty good game show. Chuck Worley was good as decent. Some people criticized it because it was a little bit of a mean game show and stuff like that, but it was it was decent and stuff. Actually, Fox renewed it for a second season, but they reneged on it, and just before they were going to tape for the start of the second season, they just decided to cancel it at the last minute, and that shocked a lot of people. But it's just like we could have had maybe 2 or 3 years on prime time on Fox, and then they could have probably been syndicated. That's about it on that. I'll be back later on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter with 2 more video blogs. One will be about the infamous 1989 earthquake in San Francisco that interrupted the World Series that happened 26 years ago today. And the third video blog will be about Chris McKendry, personality profile, Sports Center anchor. Keep calm, and I'm a Julie Brennan guy. Elizabeth Hart has nice legs. Molly Rosa block rocks. And in the words of Sean Lucha, get out. See you later. Bye now.